Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got my 2021 Honda Accord Sport 1.5 turbocharged engine with a CVT transmission. This car is due for a transmission service, and the service through Honda it's basically just a dump and fill of the CVT transmission fluid. So we'll go over that today. All right, so this is what you want to pick up: 4 quarts of HCF-2 transmission fluid. This is a Honda fluid. I'm going to use the OEM spec. I know there's others out there, but I'm not going to cut any corners here. And I did get this, just a quick tip from eBay. Believe it or not, eBay, you got wholesalers on there that undercut pretty much everybody. So I got these 4 quarts with the crush washer. From one seller. It was sold as a kit for about, it equated to $13 a bottle. All right, just to get some perspective, so obviously the hood's open. Here's your hood latch, your intake tube. You're gonna look straight down here in between your exhaust and radiator hose. If I come right here, I should be able to zoom in. Right there, so that wire, that bent wire right there, that's your fill plug. So what you want to do is clean around that fill plug really good, because once you pop that off, any debris, which you can see right there, is going to go into your transmission. So I'm going to grab a shop towel, clean that up, and then pop that plug out. All right, so here's the fill plug. No issues getting that out. Like I said, I cleaned it the best I could before I popped it out, then finished cleaning it. And then I'll just give you an idea. Here's your fill. So we'll end up putting a funnel in there after to add the fluid back in after we drain it. Another thing I want to mention, do this while the car's hot or at least warm. Don't do it dead cold, because you won't get all the fluid out of it when you're draining. The same as changing your engine oil. All right, so now we're under the car. This splash shield has to come down in order to access the drain and the fill. So you have to get these screws out. They're just quarter turn. You turn them a quarter of the way, they come right out. The only ones that are bare that are going to give you a hard time is that guy in the very back. And what I did, I'll show you, because that little Phillips head strips out very easily. I just grabbed the edge with a pair of vice grips, and it's just enough to turn it out. And even this far out, it's still fighting me. You could try doing the Phillips head first, but as you can see, like this one I started, and it fit really good too. It still wants to strip out on me, so I just grabbed it with the vice grips. But these quarter turns are the same thing as doing your oil change, the engine oil. You're gonna take that cover down to get to the oil filter. It's just a quarter turn, and then the shield comes right off. And here's just a look at that screw. They used a carbon steel screw for those 2 in the back, and they used aluminum quarter turns for everything else. The aluminum makes sense for corrosion. So we'll put a ton of anti-seize on this when we go to put it back in, so it's not so hard next time. I'm not really sure why they didn't just stick with the quarter turns. All right, as you can see, I got those 2 rear bolts out. Another couple of years, I'd probably be cutting those things out, to be totally honest. And here's the aluminum quarter turns. I'm surprised they didn't just stick with these, but hey, here's what it is. So we're ready to take this plate down, and by the looks of it, we just got to slide it back now that we have all of our bolts out, like so. All kinds of stuff fell down. Now we have full access to the transmission. All right, so we got full access to this transmission and the drain and check plug. So this is your drain plug. As you can see, it's a square head. That's for a 3/8 ratchet. And this is your check plug right here. So a lot of guys are going by measurements. They're kind of gauging 3.8 quarts when they fill it up top. You don't want to guess. So I'm going to pull this check plug out before I even open the drain plug, because I'm just curious where the level's at right now. But what I'm going to do is leave this plug out. We'll drain the transmission. We'll put this plug back in. We'll go up top, and I'll dump in the 3.5 quarts, and then take it easy for the rest of that, and wait until I see oil start coming out of this check plug. When the oil starts coming out of this check plug, I'm going to wait till it finishes coming out. And then when it gets to just a slow drip, then I'll put this plug back in, and we're done. So I did pull the check plug out, and I got just a couple of drips. You can still see it's just a little bit wet. So the level was exactly where it needs to be. So now I'm gonna pull the drain plug, let this finish draining, and I'll pop that plug back in. All right, so you see the fluid's draining. The fluid actually looks really good. It's got about 50,000 miles on it. It's a little bit different being a CVT transmission, but a standard transmission, automatic transmission with the with clutches. After 50,000, 60,000 miles, if you haven't serviced it already, I don't touch them. A lot of that clutch material's in the fluid, so the fluid becomes the clutch material. So when you dump that oil and you put fresh oil in there, it starts slipping. So this being the CVT transmission, I'm not 100% sure if there's a point of no return, but I can say at 50,000, I'm comfortable with doing it. So here we are. Yep, this oil looks pretty good. And then the plug, just want to clean the magnetic tip off. You can see there's a little bit of stuff on there. Looks like disc material, clutch material, but it's not bad at all. So I'm going to clean this up and put this plug back in. All right, so I got the drain plug in with the new crush washer, and you want to torque that down to 36 foot-pounds. All right, so I'm ready to fill. I did put the check plug in, so that upper plug above the drain plug, that's in hand tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the all 4 quarts in, get all the oil in, then I'm going to fire the car up, run it through all the gears, shut the car off, get it back in the air, and pull that check plug. Because now I know that all that oil has made it through the transmission. Now the engine's off, it's back in park, it's settled back down into the pan, and that's basically going to replicate where we started off, which was the car was warm. I pulled that check plug and it was just barely dribbling out. So like I said, I'm going to add the 4 quarts, fire the car up, go through all the gears, go back in park, shut it off, put it up in the air, then pull that check plug until it's just dribbling out. And then I'll put that plug in, put this fill cap back in, and we're done. All right, so I'm in the car, I just fired it up. What I'm gonna do is just go through the gears and just give it a few seconds in each gear. So I'm gonna go to reverse. We'll wait about 5-10 seconds. Do the same thing in neutral, drive, and then back to park, do the same thing. Go to neutral and then reverse, waiting about 10 seconds between every gear. So every gear is gonna get about 20-30 seconds. All right, so I went all the way down, like I said, reverse, neutral, drive, then back to neutral, back to reverse, and that's it. So we'll kill it, and then I'll get it back in the air and take a look at the plug. All right, so we're back up in the air. Again, this has been torqued down, 36 foot-pounds. I'm gonna pull this plug out, let that drain until it's steady dripping, and then I'm gonna torque this down to 33 foot-pounds. All right, guys, so this is a great example why you don't want to go by measurements, but you want to go by mechanical overfill. So I pulled this plug after putting the full 4 quarts in, and I got 6 to 10 drops out of it. So yeah, if I went by just 3.8 quarts, 3.9 quarts, this would be down right now by a quarter of a quart. So I would definitely use this method. It's the proper method. It's what's in the service manual anyway. But I'm gonna get this plug back in. We'll torque this down to 33 foot-pounds. All right, so I got the that check bolt in, 33 foot-pounds. Brake clean's your friend here. I hit it all. I hit both plugs really good, and then I blew it down with some compressed air. So if we have leaks after, they're very easy to find when everything's nice and clean and dry. So I'm gonna get this skid plate on, a lower shield, whatever you want to call it, back on, and those back 2 bolts, I'm going to put some anti-seize on those studs so that I can actually get it off again in the future. All right, so I got this lower shield back on. These 2 bolts in the back, even with the anti-seize, I had to work them in and out probably half a dozen times. They're nice and smooth now, so hopefully my future self will thank me. They should come out. I'm going to get the car down on the ground now and get that fill plug back in. All right, so I got the funnel out. I got the fill plug back in. So we're ready to go here. I'm gonna get the car down off the lift, take it for a ride, and see how it shifts. All right, guys, well, that's a wrap. Took it for a ride. I mean, it's running, shifting good. I put it back up on the lift to check for leaks. Everything looks tight. No leaks anywhere. So this project's done. It's pretty straightforward. Basic hand tools. You could do this on a pair of jack stands in your driveway, no problem. If this video helped you, please think about liking and subscribing. It helped me out tremendously, and I'll see you in the next one.